Hello, I'm Travis Travieso. I was a director on Real Kills, also partial associate producer and at times craft services.
Hello?
April originally auditioned for me for a film I was hoping to do, and there was something about her style of acting and the way she approached the roles. She auditioned for something so small for something, and yet I couldn't forget her, and so I just knew I had to ask her to be a part of this movie.
So I met Joseph. I auditioned for a film that he was going to do before this. I can't remember the name of it. So sad.
Honestly, when Joseph and actually Travis came to me first about it, and whenever I met with Travis and Joseph, I kind of didn't really know what to expect.
Basically, it was a hands-on deck with everybody.
I mean, it's independent film, and it's, low budget film, it's hard.
For one, it was hot. It was in the Texas summer. Texas summers are blisteringly hot. You're sweaty.
It was rough because we had a limited budget on food, resources.
The cabins, everybody had to everybody shared this, one cabin. We had one guy that was literally in this small little loft sleeping.
We really had to make sure that our time management was proper and correct.
Where we filmed my scenes was in this abandoned, I don't know what this place was, but abandoned place, graffiti everywhere, and there was no bathroom on site. So of course with low budget film, we didn't have trailers, so you just kind of had to find your own preferred bush to go to the bathroom. That was interesting.
It's not easy. Some of those days can run 12, 14 hours, and it's exhausting, especially the emotional days or the high adrenaline days or whatever, can be very exhausting.
This one opening scene where it had Chris and Keith and our, good buddy little Will, they had a scene where they had to run up this hill and...
Like an idiot, I didn't wear the right shoes for running. I thought I'd go for fashion instead of what was actually a wiser choice.
We yell action, and she's running up, and then we see, okay, her shoes just all fell off.
And I was trying my best to look at the ground and meander through broken glass, and no telling what else might have been out there, used condoms or syringes or whatever.
And I'm just like, don't, stay. Okay, cut. It's like, okay, we're not insured for you if you're getting like some kind of syringe or glass or your foot cut off.
I finally made it up the hill, and everybody was panicking because, I could have sliced my foot open at any time, but I thought it was a fun challenge.
Luckily, I had the support of the cast and crew who really had their opinions, and I listened, and they sometimes would do things and be like, let's do this way, and I would watch, and so I learned that way.
We had a great time. I know shooting with Taylor was a lot of fun. She was great as my sister. She's so nice. You're always this nice. And she is. And then Polly. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love Polly?
I'm Polly Kilgore, and the name of my character was Barbara Carter. Barbara as in Streisand.
My favorite scene had to be the film noir. Film, how do you say that?
Noir, it's pronounced noir.
The film noir.
We're shooting Robert, and he had nothing but that black sock on.
He was hilarious. He came out of the bathroom with just a sock on, and not on his foot. But anyway.
That was an interesting scene because, again, everybody's talking about, the lighting, which was beautifully done.
It was just beautifully shot.
And he stood there and he went, kind of like, what are you going to do?
It wasn't necessarily him. It was more of the way that things were lit, the content that was in the scene, Polly's acting, his acting. We had the fog machine going. We had the moonlight coming from the window. And still, to this day, that's my favorite scene.
Gotta thank Jamie for that, for bringing his lights and everything and adding that little smoke in there. Kind of looked very extraterrestrial-ish, as I could say.
So it's pretty funny. But I very much enjoyed working with Robert, and he was completely professional and made the whole scene very comfortable to shoot. So
I'm a horror nerd. That sounded like I said something else. Horror. Why does it sound the same?
I grew up not liking horror movies because they scare me to death.
I love horror films. So dumb.
As I got older, I kind of started giving them a chance and started watching them, and then really started digging them.
Yeah, I'm a big buff, so my favorite is the original Halloween, and stand by that.
There's a huge difference between watching a horror movie and being in a horror movie.
And that's the thing people don't get. If you're afraid to watch horror films, go make one. I'd honestly say that. Go make one, and you won't be scared anymore.
Because when you're behind the scenes, you see all the bells and whistles, and you know what's going on, and
because you'll know that when the director says cut, we're like, ah! Did you see your face? You were like, ah!
You're laughing, you're having fun.
They're the most fun to do. They honestly are.
I know I've died by poison on stage.
It's a lot of fun to die on.
I was trying not to breathe. I was breathing very shallowly. I guess that's the biggest challenge. You know, trying not to breathe.
It's such a blast to be on set and take part in those things.
It's a totally different experience when you're watching one and you don't know what's going on.
There was a scene where we went past 3 a.m. and we were shooting pretty late. I was falling asleep.
I think one of the last days we shot was the interrogation scene, and that was a long day, and it was shooting that at night, and it was cold, and
I really didn't even have to like be on set, but everybody had this energy and they wanted to complete this, and everybody was tired.
people were exhausted, and now it's like, oh, you're exhausted, now find some emotion. You know, so it's all of those things that make it difficult some days.
That was really rough to shoot that whole day and then to have to shoot that whole night until everything was wrapped, because we started running low on time and we had to get it shot, and people only had like a certain amount of weekends that they could show up. So we just kind of had to like speed it up and get into the shooting and production mode pretty quickly. So that was pretty rough.
And by 4, 5, 6 a.m., we're almost finished, and I just looked at everyone. I was like, okay, this is what it takes, you know. This is not glamorous. This is really hard work, and we're all sweaty. It's hot. It's cold.
Honestly, we shot everything completely out of order, so I had no idea what the editing process was going to be like.
You film it, and you live through it, and then you're like, ooh, I wonder how it's going to turn out. Just all this anticipation. It's a different animal. It's so weird to make something and feel certain things that's being made, to go through those scenes and process and all that, and then to see it on the screen, you're just like, actually, I'm gonna be honest, you're like, I don't remember doing that. There's a lot of that. I don't remember that.
I had no idea how the film was going to turn out once we got done. I was mentally and physically exhausted. I was really, to be honest, over it by the time production was over. And I think everybody was kind of feeling that way, but we were still excited to see how the film was going to turn out.
Some days where you're like, oh, why do I do this? And then it's over and you're like, oh, I want to go back. It's just it's a crazy business. Gotta be kind of crazy to be in this business.
The camaraderie of everybody there was really fantastic.
Joseph and Travis, and they asked what I wanted and needed, and Travis brought snacks I liked and that kind of stuff. And the hunting lodge where we stayed was beautiful. It was just, it was great.
I was super proud of it. I thought, you know, for the type of budget we had, yeah, I think we did a great job of what we had, and it was, you know, I give all credit to the cast and crew.
It's so much fun to spend so much time with people and get to just have a good time with them. And it's kind of sad when it ends, actually. It's very sad when a film ends, because you feel like your family, you spent so much time with them, and then it's just over and you don't see them again. It's very emotional. Just kidding.
after seeing it edited and seeing it complete and everything in order, I think it turned out really well. It turned out a lot better than I thought it was.
It's fun at times, it's campy at times, it's serious at times. The relationships of the people involved, the little twist that took place, it came together.
I hope people who watch it really, the people there is like it, and it's a story. I just wanted to do a story that I think people would watch from the beginning to end. There's a nice flow to it.
Watch movies and enjoy them. Quit being so critical. Movies are supposed to be fun. Even if they're the ones that are just heartfelt and like emotional, they're there for, we do it to entertain you guys. We do it to, most actors do this because we want to make the audience feel something. So hopefully after watching it, you will feel something.
Just for the hour and a half that you watch it, you just enjoy what we bring you. You enjoy the characters, the crazy situations, just everything about it. And that's what actually is making us happy.
Well, thank you for watching the film. As an actress, it's a great honor to have an audience and to have someone out there who's watching who I can hopefully affect with my work and hopefully inspire. So we can't do our job without you being there. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching.
Just thanks. Thanks for buying. Thanks for watching. And come back. I hear there might be a sequel.